Section 10 of Hero and Leander. This recording is in the public domain. Recording by Martin Geeson. Hero and Leander by Christopher Marlowe and George Chapman. Section 10. The fifth Sestiad by George Chapman. Part 1. The argument. Day doubles her accustomed date, as loath the night, incensed by fate, should wreck our lovers. Hero's plight longs for Leander and the night, which, ere her thirsty wish recovers, she sends for two betrothed lovers, and marries them, that with their crew their sports and ceremonies due she covertly might celebrate with secret joy her own estate. She makes a feast, at which appears the wild nymph Terrace, that still bears an ivory lute, tells ominous tales, and sings at solemn festivals. Now was bright Hero weary of the day, thought an Olympiad in Leander's stay. Sol and the soft-foot Hours hung on his arms, and would not let him swim, foreseeing his harms. That day Aurora double grace obtained of her love Phoebus. She his horses reined, set on his golden knee, and as she list, she pulled him back, and as she pulled, she kissed, to have him turn to bed. He loved her more, to see the love Leander Hero bore. Examples profit much. 10 times in one, in persons full of note, good deeds are done. Day was so long, men walking fell asleep. The heavy humours that their eyes did steep made them fear mischiefs. The hard streets were beds for covetous churls and for ambitious heads, that, spite of nature, would their business ply. All thought they had the falling epilepsy, men grovelled so upon the smothered ground, and pity did the heart of heaven confound. The gods, the graces, and the muses came down to the destinies, to stay the frame of the true lovers' deaths, and all world's tears. But death before had stopped their cruel ears. All the celestials parted mourning then, pierced with our human miseries more than men. Ah, nothing doth the world with mischief fill, but want of feeling one another's ill. With their descent the day grew something fair, and cast a brighter robe upon the air. Hero, to shorten time with merriment, for young Alcmane and bright Maia sent, 2 lovers that had long craved marriage dues at Hero's hands, but she did still refuse. For lovely Maia was her consort vowed in her maid state, and therefore not allowed to amorous nuptials. Yet fair Hero now intended to dispense with her cold vow, since hers was broken, and to marry her. The rites would pleasing matter minister to her conceits, and shorten tedious day. They came. Sweet music ushered the odorous way, and wanton air in 20 sweet forms danced after her fingers. beauty and love advanced their ensigns in the downless rosy faces of youths and maids, led after by the Graces. For all these Hero made a friendly feast, welcomed them kindly, did much love protest, winning their hearts with all the means she might, that when her fault should chance to abide the light, their loves might cover or extenuate it, and high in her worst fate make pity sit. She married them, and in the banquet came, borne by the virgins. Hero strived to frame her thoughts to mirth. Ay me, but hard it is to imitate a false and forced bliss. Ill may a sad mind forge a merry face, nor hath constrained laughter any grace. Then laid she wines on cares to make them sink. Who fears the threats of fortune, let him drink. To these quick nuptials entered suddenly admired Teras with the ebon thigh, a nymph that haunted the green Sestian groves, and would consort soft virgins in their loves, at gaysome triumphs and on solemn days, singing prophetic elegies and lays, and fingering of a silver lute she tied with black and purple scarfs by her left side. Apollo gave it, and her skill withal, and she was termed his dwarf, she was so small, yet great in virtue, for his beams enclosed his virtues in her. Never was proposed riddle to her, or augury, strange or new, but she resolved it. Never slight tale flew from her charmed lips without important sense, shown in some grave succeeding consequence. This little sylvan, with her songs and tales, gave such estate to feasts and nuptials, that though oft times she forewent tragedies, yet for her strangeness still she pleased their eyes, and for her smallness they admired her so, they thought her perfect born, and could not grow. All eyes were on her. Hero did command an altar decked with sacred state should stand at the feast's upper end, close by the bride, on which the pretty nymph might sit espied. Then all were silent. Every one so hears, as all their senses climbed into their ears. And first this amorous tale, that fitted well fair Hero and the nuptials, she did tell. The tale of Teras. Hymen, that now is god of nuptial rites, and crowns with honour love and his delights, of Athens was a youth, so sweet of face, that many thought him of the female race. Such quickening brightness did his clear eyes dart, warm went their beams to his beholder's heart. In such pure leagues his beauties were combined, that there your nuptial contracts first were signed. For as proportion, white and crimson meet in beauty's mixture, all right clear and sweet, the eye responsible, the golden hair, and none is held without the other fair, all spring together, all together fade. Such intermixed affections should invade two perfect lovers, which being yet unseen, their virtues and their comforts copyed been in beauty's concord, subject to the eye, and that in Hymen pleased so matchlessly, that lovers were esteemed in their full grace, like form and colour mixed in Hymen's face. And such sweet concord was thought worthy then of torches, music, feasts, and greatest men. So Hymen looked, that even the chastest mind he moved to join in joys of sacred kind. For only now his chins first down consorted his head's rich fleece, in golden curls contorted. And as he was so loved, he loved so too. So should best beauties, bound by nuptials, do. End of Section 10. Recording by Martin Geeson in Haslemere, Surrey.